Alright, I recorded another video for explaining that how functions can be a data type and what is exactly the necessity of that. I wrote the code in Python because I don't need to explain, I don't want to explain the syntax in C++, partly because the syntax of C++ is stupid, and the main reason is I just want to convey the concept and not the details and everything else in C++. So here I have a very short script in Python for explaining the concept for passing for when do we need to pass or to store functions as a data. Here I'm importing the first line. The first cell is importing the libraries that I need, and the next line is just a string. Input text is a variable. I set the variable to hello with exclamation mark and then a space. This is a sample text, and then period. And here I have two different functions for pre-processing. The name of the first one is remove punctuations. It will remove the punctuations from the input from the text that it will receive. And the second function is remove the spaces. It's simply removing all the spaces and returning the text. Yeah, if I run the functions with input text, you will see that we don't have the punctuations here anymore. And if I run the second one with the input text, we will see that all the spaces are removed. And the last function and the main function that I have written is length calculator. Length calculator first. The main purpose of length calculator is calculating the length of input text, of the input of the text that it receives. But we also need to pre-process the text before. But I didn't want to make length calculator complicated, and I passed the preprocessing function as an argument to the length calculator function, so that later the length calculator function can easily call this preprocessing function with the text and get the preprocessed text. So the length calculator doesn't need to worry about the preprocessing function. It just receives a function and perform that over text, and then later it calculates the length of that text and then print that. Okay, let me so here when I'm calling the length calculator, I'm passing remove a space. Remove a space right now is a data is a argument that I'm passing. What is exactly this remove spaces is a function. So here I'm passing a function, and this is the one case that we need to have function as a data in C++. You need to sometimes pass a function to somewhere else and use that later. For instance, here I'm passing remove spaces to length calculator, and I'm calling this and I'm naming this as a preprocess function, and length calculator doesn't need to worry about or think about or anything about preprocessing function. It just simply calls that function. Alright, if I run this right now, we will see that the length of this text, hello, up to the end, you see all of the spaces are removed, is 24. And if I can also pass another function, remove punctuations, and if I run that, you see that all of the punctuations are removed, and then the length is printed. Yeah, that is the concept behind passing or having function as a data type, and it's not common to pass functions and use that, especially in C++, and the syntax is not very straightforward. So yeah, that's everything you need to know.